Welcome back to Psychology 545. I'm Dr. Harry Beeman, and in this video we'll be discussing how to receive maximum points for papers. So we're going to look at how to receive the most possible points you can for papers, the importance of reading the objectives of each paper carefully, where to locate the objectives, sample papers, paper structure. It's important to read the objectives of each paper carefully and make sure you address each accordingly. The objectives are contained in the course syllabus and the grading rubric for each paper posted in the course materials forum. A lot of people make a mistake by changing the headings of the paper away from the objectives of the paper and missing the main points of each objective. I'll cover this again in another video. In addition to reading the objectives of each paper carefully, it's important that you use the American Psychological APA format to the letter. In order for you to understand what a well-formatted APA formatted paper looks like, there's an outstanding sample paper that can be found in the Center for Writing Excellence. When you go to the Center for Writing Excellence, tab through the following sequence until you reach the paper. Tutorials and guides, and then tab to APA sample paper. In addition to what the school has provided, I've also posted a previous student's paper that did a very nice job of APA format. So when you begin your paper, do not use the word introduction as the heading for the first page of the paper. Always use the title of the paper. Ensure your first paragraph introduces the reader to the purpose and the main points or the objectives of your paper. So you incorporate each objective of the paper from the scoring rubric for the paper. And it's okay to just simply list the objectives as the purpose of your paper. Make sure you use headings for your paper. Use the objectives of the paper from the scoring rubric for the paper as headings. Headings are further demonstrated and described in the APA sample paper referenced above, as well as in the next video. It's also important that you use transition sentences between main points or objectives of the paper. And again, I'm going to demonstrate how to do transition sentences in the next video. It's important that you include APA formatted literary references to support your analysis. And this is important. Generally, you'll need one separate reference per main point or objective of your paper. We'll be covering this point again because it's important. Ensure your last paragraph reminds the reader of the purpose and main points or objectives of your paper. And again, it's okay to list the objectives as the purpose of the paper. So paper kind of flows like this. The paper kind of flows like this. Tell the reader what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. That's a basic kind of a cookbook format for that. Now it's also important that when you're writing a paper that you present the material as if you're trying to help someone who doesn't understand the material at all. A lot of times students make the mistake, I believe, in thinking, well, I'm just writing to the professor. The professor knows this, so I can take a few shortcuts. But that's an error. Every paper that you write should be written as if you're writing to someone that doesn't know the material at all. It might help to think about, how would I present this paper to a close friend so that close friend can understand a little bit more about what I do? I think you'll go into a little bit more detail that way. So, also ensure that your reference page conforms to APA format. And again, we've talked about this before, but I do not recommend the use of an automated APA format generator. They are not accurate. And as I stated before, if you find one that's 100% accurate, let me know. Next, I need you to review your paper for proper APA format, spelling, and grammatical errors before you submit it. Post your questions in the weekly and questions and concerns thread if you need additional support. So what we've taken a look at in this particular video is how you can receive the most possible points for your papers. you put a lot of work into your papers. Make sure it conforms to APA format and follows the guidelines listed in this video and subsequent videos. We also looked at the importance of reading the objectives and addressing each objectives of the paper carefully. Where to locate the objectives, how to locate sample papers, a little bit about paper structure. Now, the next video covers APA paper format.